Throughout the house now, not just with these type of fitting, we've been trying to change all the lamps in the light fittings and in the picture lights and everything. We're trying to go down the route of LED. And Mr. Howard decided we were going to light the chapel because it was very, very dark. Lots of it were missing.
It was very dull. The altar was difficult to see. The gilt ceiling that we've got wasn't lit whatsoever, so the detail that's up there, you just couldn't see it. The main lighting came through the stained windows, and the rest of it was a little bit of an emphasis. There was a real difficulty at the entrance at the front with the stairs, where you could barely make out where the actual stairs were, so it's quite dangerous as well. We
needed to light it from the top down, so they had to be fittings that would go up onto the ledges, which are discreet, everything's hidden, you know, very few can the public see. It's another big consideration. We just wanted light without seeing light, which is hard to get really.
Mr. Howard has a brief of what he wants to do. Jay is the person who actually makes that happen, but he's not quite sure what particular light fittings are going to work within that area, which is why he calls us in and asks us suggestions as to what would work within Mr. Howard's requirements. If needs be, we'll take some samples down there and we'll throw some light at things and just see what the effect comes out at, and then from there we can ascertain as to what's going to work. We've used a number of products throughout the house which have achieved that to great success. We've been able to use the FL200 in many places in this area to be able to again refract the light back down to give a perception of a daylight feeling without actually seeing the light fittings. Even with the altar, just using 3 FL200s to be able to illuminate that from a high level rather than the halogen lights that were halfway down a pillar, which have now been removed and are no longer an eyesore. That really sort of makes a big difference.
Mr. Howard wanted LED lighting a lot of years ago, but we could never get the colour, and these fittings give us the colour that we want. But now we've got nice warm colours which blend in nicely with the house.
So yeah, the reason why we've used LED in such a place as Castle Howard, as we have done in other areas of the buildings, is that there isn't any UV with LED for a starter. When you've got very delicate decorations and paintings that you've got here, that's not going to have an effect on it. Added to the fact that Mr. Howard is very much an advocate of LED lighting and energy saving within the house specifically, it ticks the boxes that they were wanting to achieve within the building.
The last audit we had something over 1,300, 1,400 lamps in the house, and if you go from 60 watt down to 3 or 5 watt, it explains itself really. But also the maintenance, the life of them is a long time. I would promise with a 7-year guarantee. The house is open a lot of the day, and places are very hard to get to access, so it could take 2 men 2 to 3 hours just to change one bulb, believe it or not. So the LED concept is brilliant for us. The maintenance costs have dropped to 0 nearly, so in areas where the LEDs are fitted. So.